Okay, so I just got a new 3D printer and I've been pretty excited about Bambu Labs p1s. It's just a filament printer, but I've been using the oh my god, Creality Ender 3 for quite a while. And it is a great printer, but you need to kind of know what you're doing. Like it doesn't, uh, it is easy to work with, but results can be a little hit and miss sometimes. And I've been meaning to explore some more complex filaments to use different materials, And Bamboo Lab seems to be the one that works best out of box with, um, because with two kids, a job, and multiple personal projects, and some teaching on the side and all that, it's hard to find the time to actually 3D print. Even little tweaks that you need to do and longer setup time for printing makes me end up not printing, just not focusing on it. So I gotta like now that I got this printer, I got a million ideas and everything. But my son, um, it came with a green filament, and he got pretty excited because his being green has been his favorite color for the past I don't know couple months. Um, Ever since he was baby, he loved yellow, and then he decided that he likes blue too afterwards. And then, because he learned that boys like blue, so he decided he liked blue. and and then the day he discovered that yellow and blue mixed makes green, he's being obsessed with green now. And he really likes like little monsters and skulls and Halloween stuff. So he asked me to make a monster for him, for him to play with, to 3D print a monster. So that's what I'm doing here, and I'm doing in Substance Modeler. So here are the parameters that he gave me. He wants a monster with big mouth, a little bit of a tail, three eyes, sharp teeth, and sharp claws. So I'm thinking of making a giant mouth. That's why I'm having and a little bit of a teardrop shape for the. I was just gonna stamp this and morph, but I kind of wanna. I haven't really used much of the boolean tools here, so let's make the mouth with a boolean. Create new layer. So the way I like to model in VR, and now I actually do that on everything. I think this may be too high res. Okay. So the way I like to do it is so I want like a big old smile. Nice. Big wide smile. Like I'm thinking of jack-o'-lantern, pumpkin, Halloween stuff for the mouth. Uh, just in terms of like being a little bit of a smile and but still kind of menacing and scary. But cute scary, not scary scary, right? Because my son is 5, and even though he would like if it's super scary, I don't want to feel his nightmares. Okay, I like this. So let's go into isolate focus. No, that doesn't work. Whatever. So am I? Yeah, I'm on this layer. I'm just gonna do set this layer as a yes. Subtract boolean thing and apply. So for some reason, okay, that's pretty good. Uh, I gotta keep in mind that I'm gonna 3D print this, and I got a bit of too much overhang here. Um, let's see how I'm gonna fix this. So just gonna smooth this out a little bit. And you might notice that my entire workflow for VR sculpting is based on moving, the move tool, and creating new elements. So I'm treating this like soft monster clay. Um, so all I'm doing here is I'm doing now is actually filling the. Let me get a clay tool here. I'll build up. Might be a little bit easier. So I want to fill this volume a little bit, just so it's not as steep of an angle there on the transition, just to make easier for the 3D printer. You know, I don't wanna. Uh, uh, okay, yeah, just want to smooth this out a little bit so the angle is not as steep, and my 3D printer can have a easier time there building that place. Yeah, like I was saying, my entire workflow is mostly based on the move tool, and even when I get to details, you're gonna see that I prefer to add a little bit of clay in a new layer and mold that to the shape of that I want with the move tools. Okay, that's cool. And by the way, this is not gonna be the eyes. I just wanna like lift the cheeks so it looks more smiley because I want a happy little monster. The eyes are gonna be three eyes because that was my son's request. And okay, I'm gonna get the eraser here. Okay, I don't like it. I'm gonna add like a dog nose here. So again, I created a little piece there, and I'm shaping with the move tool instead of trying to sculpt this from scratch. From Not from scratch, I mean from the actual um, primary form here. So, but I do like using. Inflate maybe. I just want to make a line here, but it's pretty hard with the. Oh, it's just my resolution is too low. Sorry. Okay, but even for this little line, I'm still more comfortable doing it rough and shaping with the move tool because it just works better for VR. So even in ZBrush now, I do a lot of this, creating new objects instead of trying to draw on the mesh too much. Okay, I want more of another bite. It's a nice and big chain here. Don't know, I'm not really feeling this, but let's keep going. Might be going too much detail. I think I should. Okay, this is part of it. It's too. Okay, so big mouth doesn't mean much without a scary teeth, but before I get to the teeth, I kind of feel like I need the tongue there too. And if it seems like I'm rushing, it's because I am just trying to get. I wanna finish this before I go pick him up at school. So when he gets home, it's at least printing. It doesn't need to be done printing, but he likes to see the printer working. So okay, for the teeth, how am I gonna approach the teeth here? I think I'm gonna use, okay, create a new layer first, and then I wanna use this thing here. So this tool you kind of like can control with both things and adjust. Sorry, both hands, I meant. And I think this is a level of pointy, because I don't want to be super pointy, not even because it's too scary or anything. I just don't want to, more like for the printer's sake, you know. Okay, I'm gonna do the lower teeth first. Okay, I don't like this nose. I'm gonna delete it. It's getting too dog-like. I'm not even sure if this needs a nose. I'm gonna try without the nose. Let's see how it looks. So far, I think it looks better. I'm gonna point the teeth up a little bit because I'm looking like I wanted this to be printed in without supports. So if I can minimize overhangs and all that, it's a it's a good thing. With the top teeth, that would be very difficult, right? So how am I gonna approach this? So one way is kind of keeping the top teeth kind of That's not gonna work. So for the top teeth, I'm gonna do it different. Let's do sphere. Just squished this sphere a little bit. I'm gonna make more like a disc. And let me create a new layer for this. So you see what I'm doing, right? I'm making the top teeth more intentionally stuck to the bit. Still not perfect for printing, but I can. It's a lot better than if they had like a gap behind. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see about this. Okay, this one's gonna be easier because the tongue's right there to offer support. Okay, it's not bad. Gotta look from a distance. Okay, this tongue's looking ridiculous, so let me push it further down. And I'm gonna break the symmetry of this tongue in a minute. Of everything, right? Like I think after let's do a full pass of sculpt, of like after we have all the shapes here, I'm gonna go back and adjust the pose and symmetry and stuff. I'm setting a time. I don't want to go too long on this because I also gonna still need to get some other things done today. So okay, mouth looks pretty awesome. I think this will print easily too, which is a bonus. Let's build some eyes for this guy. Um, so I have like some sort of triangular eye in mind. So if we do like eyes close together and eyes very far apart, it's like very different styles of ooh, I like this. So this is good to experiment with, like just placing, because this is like more cartoonish, right? Like, uh-huh. And then you do like more on the sides of the head is like a different level of creepy. Uh, that being said, predators usually have eyes on the front. Um, the way I'm thinking about this guy is so he needs three eyes. Okay, this is not bad. And I'm considering this to be not the eyeball, but the eye orbit thing. So actually, it can be both. Let me duplicate this. Quick copy. And I'm gonna get the move brush and just I could inflate, but or scale, but I'm just maybe I'm too lazy. I don't know. End up doing things the hard way because of laziness. Okay, this is good. So now I have like a sphere inside of sphere kind of thing here. So I'm gonna pull this in there. And I would just reveal here more the eyeball there. And I'm gonna print this pretty small, so I need the details to be a little bit bigger. And I don't need this, like, it's just something for my son, right? But I'm trying to kind of learn as I go too, because nonetheless, it can be an exercise. It's not gonna be a portfolio piece by any means, but you know, it's good to improve with everything we do. So okay, that gives me some ideas for details later. And I want to see also. Okay, I did mention I wanted the eyes more triangular, right? So uh, I meant like a soft triangle, but I think I was thinking more like a diamond shape instead of triangle. Uh, okay. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I think he's gonna like it. Okay, so I don't want to get caught in detail in this because it's very easy for me to move into details now and forget about the rest of the body, and then my time's gonna be up and I'm not gonna be able to print. So instead of adding details now, I'm going to uh, do I split his tongue? Maybe, whatever. Um, okay, instead of details now, let's finish blocking the body. Um, New layer. So I'm seeing this as more like a. I was gonna do legs now, but ooh, that's heavy. Okay, okay, I want this thing chubby with a little bit of a tail, and I want to like frog-like legs, maybe even cricket-like in terms of positioning, you know. So that's how I see this guy. I asked my son to draw it for me, but he didn't want to. So it's okay, I think it's too much samey in there, so I want like the back to be bigger and the tail smaller. Because I had like everything was like same height kind of thing. Nice and okay. I like the little tails. Okay. Um, might revisit the tail, but let's see. So this is kind of cool. I can add some fat flaps in a minute or so. Okay, now let's go to the legs. So I wanted them pose more like a frog would have knee going down and they like going back here, right? I want a more cricket style here just to be more weird. Uh, yeah, I need a new layer. Oof. New layer. Okay. New layer. So what I'm gonna do now is just moving things. So trying to, you know what? I'm gonna make a ground here too. Oh, nice. This is like sculpting VR is so fun because blocking is the most fun part and it's so easy to actually grab and explore new possibilities without actually needing to instead not instead of needing to commit because it takes too long, you know? So this is fast, quick and dirty. And then it's gonna be a big decision of if the hands are gonna be like this too or not. Um, Probably. Okay, and this one's gonna be stationary for today, but I might actually I'm I kind of want to make learn an experiment with printing some joints that actually work on on, on a character. So I might use this as a guinea pig for that. It's funny, guinea pig, because this guy kind of looks like he eats guinea pigs for breakfast. Um, okay, let me lift this more. Okay, still not sure how the paws are gonna be, the hands fit. Uh, Thin little fingers would be scarier, but he's pretty chubby. I think the contrast between chubby body with skinny fingers can also be something like to add to the scary factor. Um, yeah, I like the underdeveloped tail there. Okay, maybe yeah, let's duplicate those. Ooh, I like it. Okay, instead of doing all at once, I think it's getting distracting, so I'm just gonna go back to one by one. Because I wanna the front wants to be smaller. Actually, like this little happy accident here, like a pointy elbow kind of thing. That was. Oh, what did I do? Okay, I had. I don't know what I did there. I think I unintentionally duplicated twice. Let me check the time. It's actually pretty fun to model something that's not for a client. It's not for a project. It's just like a quick one-off for my son. So I might have to do one for my daughter after she sees this, and it's probably gonna be a unicorn. But it needs to be a strong unicorn because ends up joining the games with her brother, and his games are always a little violent. So her princes are all warrior princesses now. You know, it's funny. It's good. It's gonna toughen up. So if I make her a unicorn, it's probably gonna have to fight this guy. Hmm, okay. So let me see. Okay, I'm deciding here. It's gonna be three fingers, just to like old cartoons, just to save time. And I probably reuse fingers from uh like hands and feet's gonna look pretty similar. So hmm, new layer. Okay, as for like the finger shape, I think this is pretty decent, but I want a claw coming out of it because again, was on the client's request. My son did ask for a big claw, and again, like here, I'm not gonna do anything underneath because I wanted this to be flat and easy to print. Mm, am I even recording? Yes. Okay. Let me add the big claw now. Just need a little bit more resolution on the claw because it's kind of melting as I smooth. Okay, cool, cool. Okay, so I think this is good enough. So I'm gonna do I merge those two to be easier? Probably, right? Merge. Okay, not the best, but whatever. Two fingers. Okay, and three. Okay, and I'm duplicating and moving around with the move brush instead of actually getting the move tool because I want the distortion. I want them to be slightly different. If I wanted to be, if it was like a mechanical part that needed to be precise, I would probably not do what I just did, like moving it with a soft selected move brush kind of thing. It's a it's a decision. Okay, do I give him a thumb or not? I might as well. Or is this scary enough? I think this is good. What? I don't get it. Why? Second time this happens, I duplicate and then this thing is like left over. I don't know, must be the way I'm doing. Doesn't really matter. So I'm trying to think of this as just little pieces of clay, right? Instead of thinking it as a 3D model. because you can do anything in 3D, and I find that having some limitations and thinking more as a physical media, like the limitations that you have with the physical media, kind of trying to stick with those would be funny to have a little bit horn, but then the middle eye can't see, like a bit of horn here, about a tiny one. Ooh, I like that was unintentional. Again, happy accidents, right? Like I flared up by mistake and I kind of like it, so I'm gonna keep it. Because this area was feeling like was missing something there. Like this, I'm looking at this nose and thinking of a bat's nose. Like a fruit bat has some pretty weird noses sometimes. But I don't want to complicate things too much, so let's keep moving. Okay, I think I'm ready to start adding some folds, fat folds. I might, I might do the entire model with a single layer for this. We'll see. Ooh, that's a nice one. I'm gonna like this one. Okay, so I'm gonna add all over and then I come back editing, I think. Do I make different layers? That's the question. Yes. I just answered my question by seeing what I'm gonna push this and how it's gonna affect this one. So sometimes I don't want to do different layers just because I want to keep things simple. But it's easier to merge a layer than separate. So here we go. Couple on the tail too. Okay, nice. So I placed those around and I'll probably do... yeah, that's good enough. Okay, I'm gonna go back to each one and kind of spool and just reshape them with the move tool. And I'll merge everything, right? Like at some point, so those are gonna need some extra cleanup afterwards. I like this one quite a lot, especially because it's gonna be like a little fork on the road here with this. I'm actually liking this. I should do more quick models like this, just getting back on volume, you know, been focusing on production models for too long, and all my personal projects on the past few years have been endless and uh, literally because I never finished them, and so I'll be only finishing. I pretty much only be finished production models, so it's kind of sad. So what I'm doing here is duplicating the same layer and um, moving it around to get like the accordion effect of multiple folds. Okay, we're not gonna see underneath, like the bottom portion of this guy is gonna be cropped off, so I'm not too worried about those areas, you know? Let me thin this up a little. And duplicate. Okay, I feel like the legs and arms kind of need some love in the area too, so let's add. Oof, okay. Ugh, I need more resolution on this. Yeah, kind of like that. I'm gonna keep the same layer for when I make everything, when I merge everything, this is gonna make a little bit more sense. So question now is, do I bring this to ZBrush to polish more, or is after I'm done with this one, or do I call it good enough? Because to be honest, like it's a quick thing for my son. Doesn't need to be super polished, but Okay. Oh, here's gonna be interesting to have one too. A little juicy. Okay, I don't like that shape, but this is the kind of situation where I'm trying to nail the shape with the tool here, and it's taking me too long, so I'm just gonna go back to my move brush and get that really fast. See? And now I kind of regret making a lot of them on the same layer. Okay, 3 is good enough for this part. Okay, I think I'm missing one here. Maybe even 2. This is too big. Okay, so this thing's actually pretty cool. Just making some shapes on the mouth because such a large area without any detail there, so just giving some more creepiness there. Uh, I want to make like a ooh, yeah, just making a line here. I think a forked tongue would go nice here. Okay, it definitely needs the symmetry to be a little bit broken. Okay, nose. And do I do more anatomy on those parts? Probably not. Because I was thinking, like, do I do like some muscle suggestions here and there, you know? Maybe, well, if I'm thinking about, might as well try, right? Like, ideally, I would look at reference at this point, but it's just a, just gonna make a suggestion here. It would be fine. Or maybe it's better. Looks horrible. That's good enough. That's kind of cool. Okay, what else do I do with this guy? Nose. I think I tried to go back to the nose a few times already. Eh? What do I do with his nostrils? Move brush. That's what I do. I think that's a bit fitting. Not too complex, but it does need some fat rolls. Okay. Um, okay, let's make those. So I want to have. Yeah, okay, I like that. Not bad, but I'm gonna do it again because the first attempt was just to see what I'm doing. Okay, so one little trick that I see marble sculptors do, and I try to always do that on my 3D prints, is let me create a new layer. I've got a sphere and reset it. So what the hell is going on? Okay, So I need to know symmetry for this, because what is going something's going on. I can't draw my mesh anymore. Why I can't? Oh, okay. That reminds me, I haven't saved this a single time. So let's do that first. Save. Hope it doesn't crash. Uh-oh. Not responding. I thought I had lost everything. Turns out I didn't. So let's keep going. The was saved by the autosave. Pretty much. So it did its job. Let me see, what did I lose here? I don't think I lost anything, just what, yeah, nostrils there, eyes are there. Okay. So two things I wanna do to the eyes. The one that I was talking about was just getting a sphere. Let me see. Okay, now it works. And I'm just gonna position like a little sphere here. It's like to mimic the highlights. Uh, okay. And I think that I can do some fat rolls on the eyes too. Just little little thingy there. Maybe I've done it. Kind of like that. It's a pretty good start to just gotta move brush in. Shape it a little bit better to my geometry here. Love it. I'm not gonna do on the back. Okay, what else do I do? Some, I think I'm gonna go like get some inspiration from dinosaurs here. Add some plates, some stegosaurus style plates. Do it like this. This is kind of cool. Making sure I'm on a new layer. I like that. think it's almost time to merge everything, just clean it up. Oh, I'm having a feeling that the arms are too big. I like the legs to be bigger than the arms for this one. So let me see if I can fix that soon. Okay, I'm gonna have some problems because whatever. My problems is gonna be some of the things you can see on the other layers, right? Like, is that the only one in this? Okay, that's fine. I can live with it. Can just adjust afterwards. So, okay, it's not too bad. Just cleaning those up could be worse, you know? So that's why I prefer to always. Am I recording? Yeah. Okay, this one turned out pretty bad. Yeah, economy of layers sometimes doesn't pay out. There is a way to make this into its own layer afterwards, but I'm too lazy to look that up now because I don't remember, and I also don't want to do it. So whatever. Okay. Um, that's pretty much what I had in mind. I think my son is gonna like it. So I kind of wanna squish it his head just to see how it looks. So that's the beauty about this thing. You can actually try things. You see how much faster he looks if I do this? That was a bad. Oh, I'm kind of digging. Well, this completely destroyed the teeth there, but Okay, I think I can. This can work. We can fix the teeth, eh? Not a big problem. I think I like this better. Oh, the tongue is destroyed too. Not a big deal. Gonna make it skinnier and move this teeth out of the way a little bit more. And I feel like he needs a little bit of a lip, so let me do with the this thingy. Oh, I made it on the same mesh by mistake. So new layer, much better. Just because the lip was getting too thin there, you know, kind of want to. Okay, like that. My little eyeball thing that I just did kind of got destroyed, so let's fix it. Okay, so do I pose this thing or not? Maybe just a little bit so it's okay. Time for some final decisions here because I want to start printing this now. Um, okay, I'm gonna save this. Am I gonna break? Okay, now it saved fast. So I'm, I think my son's gonna like it. I'm gonna call it done when it comes to the concepting part of it. I'm not gonna bring it to ZBrush. I want to see how this looks only with the VR editing. I am gonna bring it into Blender just to prepare for printing. I don't know. Hmm. I could do lots of more details here, but I don't think my son's gonna notice it. Oh, I just saved, so I can always have a version 2 of this if he likes. I can ask him about some possible changes, get his opinion on it. He's gonna like that. Let me add some. I think I got some. Oh, it's here. Oh, that's kind of having a hard time selecting something that's on the. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the other one's gonna be lost in there. It doesn't let me really grab things that are on the inside. Whatever. Just gonna duplicate and make a new one, right? Is that how we go about it? Um, I do if I didn't want to finish right away, I think I would try some scales on this guy, make him extra creepy. Do I try that? Let's see. I don't think so, because that's gonna take some time. Did I try some eyebrows? Nah. He's reminding me of something. I can't put my finger on what. Okay, I think I'm gonna save again and merge everything and pause a little bit. I could pause like this, but like I just want to like twist things a little bit. Okay, let's. There's too much of an overhang here, especially for layer one kind of thing. I'm really curious on how this is gonna print. So cute! Okay, I think I'm gonna call it done and come back for version 2 if I feel like it afterwards. I might make this available for if you have a 3D printer and you want to try to print this, I might make this available. Might as well, right? Like, uh, silly little monster. But I'm liking the exercise, so I can keep pushing this forever. I should stop, but I can't because it's too much fun. Okay. Uh, 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 Let's save this one more time. Merge everything. I don't know, this got weird. I pulled this out a little bit and now I'm not happy with. Okay. Okay, this was fun. Let's just get it done with. So I keep seeing mistakes all over the place because I just rushed through this thing. Okay, Merging everything together. Okay, merge. Oh, it's even giving me a progress bar. I hope it's gonna. Maybe I should have made sure that I selected something higher res as the base, because the way I did, I just randomly select everything, and there's a high chance that it's gonna. If the maybe if the last thing that I forgot are the first thing that I selected has a lower resolution, maybe it's gonna everything's gonna have a lower resolution now. I don't know. I don't know if the average is for the highest. This voxel thing is kind of confusing uh, because it merges and welds things as you're working instead of like the Dynamesh workflow where you gotta press a button for it to do it. Okay, I see. I got pretty high. Problem is the things that were lower resolution kind of really show as low res here. Uh, and because now they are high resolution, it's really hard to smooth things out. So do I? Um, I didn't want to do that, but I think I'm gonna have to. I'm just gonna have to bring this into ZBrush and clean it up a little bit. Mm, just because the resolution here is like smooth is doing nothing with this, and I don't want to lower the resolution because otherwise some things are gonna be lost. So do I pause a little bit or not? That was my question. What I was gonna do for pause is just gonna ooh, super heavy. You know what? Just gonna export as is, and I will clean this up in ZBrush. See you there. Okay, so let's look how this guy looks in ZBrush. He- Just by moving around a little bit, I can see it's heavy. Let me turn on what. Ooh, my God. Okay, so what I want to do here is first, smooth is not so also not gonna do much in here because it's super heavy. So first things first, I'm gonna go to uh, the light box brush and get this smooth brush smooth stronger because that might be a little bit more of a dent. Yeah, see, like now I can see some results there. Uh, okay, super heavy. So let me uh, lower this resolution as well. And I don't know how big this is here because I made in VR space. So before I do anything, let me go to deformation and unify. So Unify just makes this in a more standard size. So I'm gonna turn on Dynamesh and see how this looks like. Okay, that was definitely too low. Lots of things popping everywhere because okay, it's way too low and the projection is trying to save it. So I'm gonna undo and under geometry, Dynamesh, let's get rid of project, get rid of blur, increase the resolution to, let's say, 500, and try again. Even when the resolution is higher now, it was faster because it didn't have the projection option. And I did 512, it's showing 272 for some reason. What I tried didn't stick, so let's try 1024, just because I think what I had wasn't enough anyway, so. And I forgot blur, went back to on. Okay, this is good. Anyways, so now my smooth brush can actually do its job, right? Like, so I'm gonna turn off perspective and I will get a big move brush just to lower the feet a little. And because I'm in ZBrush, let's take advantage of the tools we have at our disposal and just, that's why I didn't want to come here because I'm gonna start fixing everything. Okay, I'm gonna get like some proper, because I'm smoothing those things down, I will have to come back and kind of polish them a little bit, but it's just like the lack of resolution on some areas is bugging me quite a lot. Anything that I didn't have symmetry on. It's okay, so it's okay. So just did a mirror and welds there. It took care of some symmetry problems for me from me doing things without symmetry. Oh, he also broke my eye thing. Just gonna get rid of that for now. Might may or may not add that back. I got like 15 minutes to before I have to leave, so I wanted to press print before I left, so running out of time on my self-imposed deadlines. It's kind of funny. Okay, let me lock into a side view and I want to see if I do a horizontal cut here just to make the bottom flat. What am I cutting away? So the chin is actually being cut if I do this, and I don't want that. So I can either raise the chin or lower the paws. I'm gonna lower the paws because I don't want to deform the face too much. I think I destroyed this back paw by using the move brush here. The move in VR works a lot better, in my opinion, like for bigger volumes, because you can. So it does distort quite a lot too. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I feel it's a little bit more natural when you move something there. Um, one more try here. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. Wait. I'm gonna change from the clipping to the knife. I just want to lower the, like I don't want to clip the chin, but I want to clip the under neck here. Okay, this is good. Um, so these pulls that I got here on the middle, I'm just gonna push them out and do that cut again. Because there's no reason to have like, actually even this bit here, I could push it down. Okay, so I have a nice and flat, big, nice and flat area there. This, I'm just like, this looks too much like a, too much of an overhang for the printer. And I got 10 minutes. Okay, here we go. Now it's smooth time. Let's just mostly smooth brush everywhere. And I will grab one of my favorite brushes that this guy that goes by, it's Pablo something, he goes by Pub Blender on social media and stuff. He made, so the way I sculpt in VR is heavily inspired by the way GeoNapco sculpts in VR. And Pablo made this brush called Geo Standard, I think, Geo, inspired by Geo as well. So uh, only fair that I use that for to reinforce those organic folds there that it's not looking the best right now. Uh, so I do have it here somewhere. So let me get my Geo brush. And I'm not gonna use cloth, so I'm just gonna place it here because I don't have a hotkey for this one. I'm just like reinforcing those creases here. It's all gonna melt away anyways, but it does look nice when you. I'm kind of like, that's the thing, right? Like if you let me, I can work a whole week on this thing, and it's just something simple, supposed to be simple. So I'm not gonna let it uh, extend too much over what it needs to. I'm already doing more than what I should, and I'm going over the same part multiple times, and that's usually a sign that I need to increase uh, the intensity there. Mostly like going over multiple times in sometimes is a better approach. In this case, I'm doing it because I want to be fast, not because I want to look better. Well, both, right? Like looking better is a bonus, but ooh, that looks wrong. Okay. Kind of cool. I don't know. Don't know what to feel. Just speeding through this thing. I said I wasn't gonna do it, but here we are, adding a little bit of uh, pose, pose, pose. Do I change the pose or not? Like I really want to, but I'm running out of time. Um, Also, like I like that. Just some suggestions, right? Like not going crazy. And I got 6 minutes. Why do I do this to myself? Okay. Um, Top view here. This thing would look so cool with some scales. Okay, some claws, check. Three eyes, check. Scary mouth, check. And a tiny tail, check. I think my son is gonna like it. Um, just 4 minutes. Okay. Ugh. I'm gonna call it done. Let me just see how this is gonna look on Okay, I'm thinking he kinda needs a thumb here. Maybe maybe one hanging on the back. So there, I don't know. I could polish this forever, right? Like uh, but then I will get behind on other things. So it's just a little toy for myself. Gotta remind myself that of that. Okay, let's see how this turns out. Before I export to print, I think I will need to let me clone this just to have a backup there, and I will decimate this thing quite a lot. I'm thinking of printing this as well. He wants a green, so green's gonna be, but I was gonna send this to Blender to scale properly and everything. I'm considering just trying straight from ZBrush. Oh, totally forgot ZBrush has. Okay, let's see how the details stay here. I think 5 was too much. Let me do 12. Okay, that's enough because this is gonna be like this big on my hand. Okay, so before I send this out, let me do this thing. So, zip plugging. There is like a 3D print export thing, 3D print hub. Nice. So let's get check mesh for. Uh, uh, uh. Okay, so lots of sizes here to choose from. I'm gonna get the smallest in millimeter. So let's see, Z is Y is height. So 46 millimeters is 5 centimeters, about this big. I think that's a pretty good size. I will export like this and rescale on the other software. Ooh, 3 o'clock. I'm gonna go. Okay, let me fit. Okay, yeah, that's it. Export to STL. Geo monster task 01. Uh, uh, uh. Sometimes a bit alien to